the Claremont Hotel. It's actually through this restaurant. Nice. Right up the elevator. Claremont Hotel. I could use a shower. And yeah, pretty good. Let's see the view. Not the best view. Better view on the rooftop than the Airbnb room. If you're 10 feet tall, it might be an ocean view. I don't know if they have to get someone that's that tall to write that on the website to make it true. Some Art Deco vibes here, 1930s. And maybe ocean right there. Miami Beach isn't really just a beach. It's actually an island interconnected to Miami with a couple driving lanes. And so when people say Miami Beach, they really mean this whole area. Miami doesn't really have beaches. It's more of a waterfront that is for boat uses. So you have to come to Miami Beach to get onto the beaches. So the rooftop pool might not be huge, and there's some mechanical blockages in the view. But this is just really nice to be up here with the open air, even though there's buildings surrounding it. For some reason this feels really nice. Maybe it's just this breeze. Maybe I don't get out enough. It's been a while since I've been in an area with this much shopping and things to do, especially after 8 p.m. I feel like Milwaukee, a lot of stuff is closed right away. About 2 blocks from the beach, Lincoln Avenue turns from a vehicle area into a pedestrian for about half a mile. And what's nice about it is this area and drivers are so crazy that you feel a little more safe just walking around. So it has all of this cool pop art. On Sunday mornings they have lots of fresh fruit and several other stands like vendors for coconut milk and trying to sell you basically everything. And considering that there's not a lot of grocery options, especially walkable over here, this is great to get some breakfast or lunch, snacks. Lincoln Road really has a bit of everything here. Music, shops, bars, food. Wow, but look how clear and blue and green that water is, even from here. So on our first beach day, the legs are purple, so dangerous marine life, maybe jellyfish, have been spotted near, and then red, that's the one level below beach closing, mostly because of winds and riptides for safety. And you can see these waves are crashing. Great day for kite surfing though. These waves at times are literally taller than me. the House of Versace. Gianni Versace was a fashion designer until 1997, until fortunately he was killed by a delusional fan right outside the steps of his mansion, which was later turned into this Italian restaurant. Okay, so we're eating in Versace. The former mansion of Versace was actually turned into this upscale Italian restaurant. The porterhouse steak is $120. Probably other entrees are closer to $40. Insider tip: if you're not wanting to spend $40 on an entree, come in and go to the bar for a drink. Still nobody here. You know, I thought we scared away those one people in the bar, and we apparently really scared away these people. We got our octopus. Wow, that's big pieces of truffle on your gnocchi. And Chilean sea bass with a flower. I'm not sure who needs a little castle in their house, but right on. The second floor is closed, but you can get some glimpses of it. Yeah, imagine eating right next to it. Okay, so we just got done with Gianni's, which is Versace's first name. And I have to say, I don't think the dinner was worth it with the expensive entrees and the $20 service charge for nothing. The service was decent, but not, you know, and then $8 tax for reasons that most other restaurants don't have. So I'd say get a drink and then wander around. Everybody was kind of wandering around taking pictures anyway, even though it was kind of obnoxious because people were eating right there, but that's part of their fame and why they're still going on. Almost at Biscayne National Park. 95% of it is water. There's a few islands here and there, but it's primarily for water recreation, kayaking, snorkeling, fishing, canoeing, snorkeling, did I say that? Scubaing. And I don't know, I guess you could swim around too. But I think it's primarily for bringing your own boat if you can do that, or tours. Okay, we're gonna try to go to the ocean. It's looking pretty calm today compared to the last couple days, but you never really know. And the coral reef is in the ocean, obviously. But there's mangroves closer in on the bay, which is equally good, but smaller fish, less bright, try not to get eaten. As they grow in adults, they go to the ocean. Oh. You can touch it. Wow. It looks like an alien. Okay, so we just paddleboarded for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours through different mazes of mangroves. You could see the bottom pretty clearly. I didn't bring my phone because I was gonna lose it. The sponges were really cool. It was red, green, blue, purple, white, black. One person saw maybe a nurse shark, maybe not. We saw a couple of stingrays, possibly an eel, and random brightly colored fish. But in the mangroves, again, it's not usually so bright because they don't want to be eaten and they're still young. Now we're in Adams Key, which is one of the many keys of Florida, and eating lunch. Adams Key was an area that a lot of politicians and rich socialites would come to party, boat in the 1900s, pretty much all of it, until Lyndon B. Johnson eventually made the Biscayne a national monument, national park. And so, well, maybe a ranger lives here, but pretty much nobody. Technically, only National Park Service boats are allowed to dock on the island, and you could probably do a kayak or a paddle boat or something, but anything bigger would probably draw attention and clearly not allowed. So, back of the pirate era, these keys were actually areas that pirate ships would hide in, kind of like a snake in the grass, to lurch out and grab cargo or passing vessels to loot their booty, as they say. So this is the area that we snorkeled in for about an hour. All the keys have mangroves on the sides, and then that is a spawn for birds, manatees, as you can see here. That was one of the highlights. And I definitely recommend coming back, although hopefully if the weather was nicer, I'd try scubaing or going for one of the shipwrecks snorkeling, just because the mangroves have limited to see. So here's as far as you can walk Biscayne National Park, the trail, and I don't think you can really see it with my camera, but Miami is way over there, and then all the keys are way out there. That's Adam, Elliot's over there, and then there's a couple over there, further along. And there's actually a nuclear power plant, which originally, when it came in, the hot water that they released from production, they released it in the area, the Biscayne National Park and Bay, and it killed all the wildlife, and so they created these kind of math areas back there, and it's kind of a separate area of water, and so it's also not used by anybody else, tourists, and so crocodiles and alligators can thrive there as a spawning point, since the eggs are actually pretty easily eaten by predators. Another interesting part about the Keys is it's kind of a biological meets geological formation, because originally with the glaciers, they were way higher than the water level is now, and then when they melted, it exposed the reefs that were there, but then of course without all the water, those died, solidified, kind of turned into rock, and that's the basis, the foundation of a lot of the different keys out there. Other land formations, islands, are usually formed through tectonic plates or volcanoes, and so that's why the Florida Keys aren't called islands, they're called keys, since they're a different type of formation of the geological, biological. But I do like how this national park is technically free to get in. There's a parking lot and a boat launch, but then you can rent different things, and it's only one business, so it's not like when you go to a typical beach and there's 40 options and you don't really know. I feel like the price for this is more reasonable than some of those chartering boats too. Maybe $200 for a full day, 6 hours of snorkeling and paddleboard. You can do a half day for about $125. So, and some of the money goes back to the park, at least some of it. Whether it's through maintenance, trash pickup, rangers, emergency. This is kind of out of the way of anything, but would be cool to just come to and sit and eat. Okay, so we're taking a plane through the Miami airport, and to get there from Fort Lauderdale, we're taking the Brightline, which is kind of the express trainway. But look at how nice this lounge is. You had to go through sort of security where they put your bags through the x-ray machines and detect whatever, but really easy. Off we go! So the Brightline goes from West Palm Beach to Miami, and it's the only private railroad in all of the US. Everything else is more government owned. Would definitely recommend the Brightline. It was pretty fast, easy, smooth. About $30 plus $15 for the premium lounge. Oh yeah, so our flight was delayed, then it was delayed, and then it was more delayed, and then really delayed. And we knew we were gonna miss our connecting flight, but we kind of had to wait until it was proven. And then long last, we left the airport, blah blah blah, buying some clothes to wear because our bags are who knows where. And so we have one more night in Miami. Apparently the most reasonable hotel to get was a gay hotel, which is fine because I'm pretty open to all people. So, welcome to the gathering, where puns and good times are aplenty. I don't think gay hotel rooms are just like everyone else. Is that what I think it says? Yep.
Over here. Come right.
Oh no.
Unless you wanted to invite someone else in.
Also, please note the rubber shower curtain. Very 2012 Taylor Swift. I would think this. Thanks for watching. See you later. But it's not.